I'm Philip Ward, Editor-in-Chief of Aunt Mini Europe at ECR 2018. Artificial intelligence is on everybody's minds this week. I'm very pleased to have with me Professor Sergey Morozov from Moscow. Sergey, welcome to ECR. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you too. Could you tell us, Sergey, first of all, how artificial intelligence, AI, will actually improve efficiency and improve workflow for everyday radiologists working at the coalface? How will it improve things for them?
Thank you, Philip. So the topic is heating up, and we see much more practical applications and examples, and the efficiency will be increased in many different ways. Because currently we have something like a playground, when a lot of developers are looking for data, developing services, small algorithms, and it's not quite clear at the moment how they actually would change the scenarios. But it is obvious that the efficiency of radiologists would grow, that radiology would have more time dedicated to the specific analytical tasks. So not just to routine tasks and the actions of collecting the data, of preparing the data for analysis, but radiologists would have more valuable time which can be devoted actually to communication of the results, more time dedicated to the analysis of complex pictures, clinical pictures, and more data to discuss with colleagues what is happening with the patient. So I think with AI, a lot of routine functions which are taking a lot of time now would go to the background, and radiologists would be able to really explore the opportunities of the profession and to demonstrate them in the clinically connected ways.
So to maybe take away the drudgery, to take away the things that radiologists don't like doing, maybe.
That's correct.
Now, many radiologists feel threatened by AI. They think that there is a danger, a risk that the technology may replace them. What would you say to reassure those people?
One of the great examples that would demonstrate what I want to tell now is the company which has recently received the FDA approval. The company has developed a solution which analyzes the image of the brain of the patient with possible stroke, and if there are signs of the stroke, it sends SMS, not to the radiologist, but to the clinical specialist and the referring physician, telling that this patient might have a stroke, so please check it immediately. So if the radiologist is quite slow in this situation, the data would go directly to the neurologist, and neurologist will be more close to the images than the radiologist. So there is a danger, of course, of losing the control of the images, because then neurologists would say, could you check, we know better than you, we can check the images now. So this situation has been happening with ultrasound, and I'm sure that when ultrasound went to many clinical specialties, not from radiology, and I'm sure that it will happen to some analysis of CT or MR images, when neurologists will be more in control of the immediate results. So in order not to lose this field, radiologists should be involved directly into the also acute care of the patient, and to immediately analyze the images to be at the point of care of the patient.
Okay.
Then it will be okay.
Get closely involved. That's really your message, and then everybody's okay.
Absolutely.
Get involved in the process.
Absolutely. Work closely with clinicians.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Dr. Marlene De Bruyne from Rotterdam, she's told the ECR Today newspaper this week that the big hurdle, the big obstacle with AI is the lack of data, the lack of reliable data. And this will hold back AI for many years to come. Do you share that view? Do you think a lack of good data is the problem here?
It's one of the points. One of them, I would say that the lack of the data and structured data is a problem. And it's great that many countries have now projects of opening the data, because many countries are closing their data, and data are kept in silos when companies have to find partnership to get access to the data. So companies like IBM or Philips are building now platforms to collect the data, to collect researchers, to connect them together, and to develop the algorithms, because algorithms are difficult to predict. There might be successful and there might be unsuccessful, so nobody knows. But the great business platform now is building the platform to connect the researchers, the providers of data, and the users of algorithms. So this is the way to go, and this is the way to standardize the process of collecting and preparing data for the research and for building the algorithm. So this is one point. Another great point, very important, is what are the use cases? So what are the purposes of developing the algorithms? Because it's not clear. Many researchers now, they do something exorbitant. So they develop algorithms which are not really clinically usable. So this is important to have imaging informatics specialists. And I'm very happy that ECR, our European society, now has a special track for preparing imaging informatics specialists. So it is embedded into the European training curriculum. So a lot of
so this week there are many sessions on AI. There are lots of informatics tracks that people can go to.
Absolutely, because the connection is important.
Sure.
Not only clinician, radiologist, or IT specialist or physicist. There should be integrated professions, and we will see more of them.
Now, in your role as USOMI president, you're very active, very good at prolific at putting on meetings. What should people look out for from USOMI in the future? In the next few months. And
the great thing and the most important thing about USOMI is that we have absolutely incredible board. So members of the board are very active. So it's not me personally. We have Eric Ranchert, we have Viro Nissen, Peter van Uygen, Angel, and many people who are very active in the board and who prepare really interesting meetings. So people who come to us, they can have the structured representation of the imaging informatics field, because we like to put everything on shelves to structure all the process and the information. So that's what people like from USOMI, and that's what we are very open to sharing everything. So people find a really great community of people. This is important.
So is there anything particular that you'd recommend for people's diaries? Should
I
they
would
be
like, I would like to
at congresses this year?
Of course. So please visit the booth for the days of the congresses. We have only €10 membership fee only for these days, and I would like to welcome everybody to the workshop in Nijmegen, which will be in Dutch, but it will be very interesting. We will demonstrate a lot of different services from different companies, new kids on the block who will demonstrate. And then we shall have great annual meeting on the 27th of October in Rotterdam. So I would like to welcome everybody as well to register. And we shall have a lot of webinars which are very popular online.
Good. Okay, so readers should drop by the USOMI booth, go to the informatics session.
Please come.
And
Please
get involved, get
That's
active.
correct.
Sergey, best of luck with that.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you very much.
And
Have a great ECR.
And yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Philip Ward signing off for Aunt Mini Europe.